Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your June 2019 general reading. I have done a Celtic cross love and relationship reading, and it's on Vimeo, so the link will be underneath for your relationship dynamics for the month of June. So I'm going to pull an additional guidance card before I shuffle the rest of the deck. Give me 1 minute. So what's going on for Scorpio? Okay, you got to the Sea card. Okay, so some of yous might be making some changes in the month of June. To the Sea card is very, very much like the Six of Swords. It's very much a transition card, but it's very much, so some of yous might be going on some sort of voyage. It doesn't have to be literal. It can be an internal voyage. It can be changes on the external plane, new job, new business. Some sort of changes are going on for you, Scorpio. Now, To the Sea card is a card that I exceptionally like because it's got an energy of flow to it, flexibility. So let me have a look, because she's not pushing the boat. This boat is being guided and it's taking her towards something. Okay, so can you give me clarity for the sign of Scorpio for June 2019, please? So you've got the Strength card behind you. Oh, you're on a bit of a mission, guys, okay, with the Seven of Cups, so there's still a little bit of vagueness and confusion. When the Strength card appears, it represents that part of us that has a sense of purpose, has a sense of destiny. Because the Seven of Cups is about, some of you are moving forward in this direction. You might be a little bit confused as to why, but the clarity will come later, okay? The trick is to act, and the why comes later, but let me carry on. So what you must want is the Eight of Wands. You've got the Nine of Cups as the gift. The challenge is a Fool card. The Sun is showing up in your relationship house. Very nice, guys. Beautiful. Things being illuminated. Things coming to light. Great card to show up in your relationship house. A lot of connection. A lot of vitality. A lot of new life, really. Money and work, you've got the Ace of Wands. Yeah, exactly what I felt. Some of you might be initiating something new. Six of Wands at a soul position. Not bad at all, guys, is it really? The outcome is a Judgment card. Oh my god. So the Judgment card is Scorpio. Well, how I read the cards, Scorpio's ruled by two cards. It's ruled by the Death card and the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is obviously the other part of the Death card. There's three figures and they're coming back to life again. And they're saying thank you. And they're receiving all this new dynamics. This might be about a relationship that's gone through some difficulties. There was a feeling of that in your relationship reading, okay? Or there's something fantastic happening here because you've got the Six of Wands at a soul position, which is some huge and significant success. I'll hold up the cards as I go along. So what's behind you? The Strength card with the Seven of Cups. Now, some of yous, traditionally the Strength card can be about having to hold yourself back and restrain yourself, okay? I always pick that up, because a general reading, I am trying to cover as many different scenarios. It does represent Leo. This is the 5th house in our birth chart, and it's a part of our birth chart which is about our colours, our soul's purpose, and it's about stepping out into the great arena of life. Because it's with the Seven of Cups, it's like, I'm sort of laughing a little bit, but not at you, Scorpio, because this is how I operate. I step out, but sometimes it's feeling that I've got a, oh my gosh, not quite sure what I'm doing here. not that perfect clarity. The clarity comes afterwards. So as the story of our life continues, we get to understand the why. Because it looks like some of you have been pulled forward, and because she's taming the lion means she's taming the fear. We all have fear hardwired into our energetic systems. We can never get rid of it. We develop a relationship with it and we walk forward regardless. Some of us don't, and it doesn't lead to a very, very good space. Okay? So the trick really is when new desires are emerging from your soul, to try as much as possible to follow them. And that is the soul's journey, okay? Now what you want is the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is the card very often of travel, relocation. It's also a card of a lot of speed. It might be Cupid's arrows. It might be about communication. I adore the Eight of Wands. I am going to clarify it for you about what you most want, because it's a little bit vague. Tell me what Scorpio most wants for the sign. Give me a minute. Tell me what you most want. The Eight of Wands with the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, I don't read the Ten of Swords the way that other people do. To understand the Ten of Swords, look at the cards before it. The Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So this is when we're controlled by fear and a set of personal limitations. Because the Strength card is with the Eight of Wands, with the Ten of Swords, you're not listening to this fear anymore. It might be there, but you've got to this point of, a bit like the Fool, I'm going forward anyhow. And if it goes right or it goes wrong, that doesn't really matter, but I'm following this energy that's emerging from within me. And it's all about bringing forward that beautiful fire and expressing yourself in the world. Loving this reading for you guys, okay? The gift is wish fulfillment. So this wish fulfillment is helping you get this very expansive energy. Now, you can be expanding yourself in any way. I think there's definitely a lot of expansion around how you make a living. And there's obviously an awful lot of expansion around the Sun card, because the Sun card it's what completely gives life to our planet. So there's expansion, 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 okay? Now what's the wish fulfillment about for Scorpio, please? The Three of Cups. This is a lot of joy and emotional expression, and there's an awful lot of success. You know what, Scorpio? I don't very often get to give readings like this, so can I just say what a pleasure it is. The challenge is the Fool. When we go forward in new directions, when we go to the sea, there's always going to be a little bit of a sense of being unsure when we step out into new horizons, okay? I find the Ten of Swords and the Fool very, very, very connected, because until we're in the Ten of Swords, we cannot be in the Fool card, because the Fool doesn't listen to fear, doesn't listen to anxiety, all the reasons why. So there's going to be a little bit of play here, Scorpio, between maybe a little bit of a, oh my gosh, this is all brand new for me, this is a little bit scary. That's okay. The trick is to keep every day, get back up again. It can be quite, when we go through into new horizons and new ventures, it can just bring up an awful lot of fear, but you're no longer listening to this fear with the Ten of Swords, but it still might take a little bit of work. Bear with me, I'll clarify more. So you've got the Sun in your relationship house, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. new life, new growth, opening up to a very, very expansive energy. Can you tell me why the Sun? The Sun is with the Star card. So both cards, huge major arcanas, and all about transparency, openness and joy. So if some of you have been in relationship dynamics that have been quite challenging, I would say this is the end of it. Things are being illuminated now, because both cards are about new life, passion, warmth and vulnerability. Because unless we're vulnerable, we cannot fully engage. Because if we're not vulnerable, you're dealing with cards like the Four of Discs, when people are withholding their energy from us. When we get to the Star card, we're allowing this transparency, and that's what creates the Sun, that's what creates intimacy, and it's what creates love, okay? Ace of Wands in your money and work. Very much what I picked up before, that some of you are going forward into this new beginning. It's a Wand card. The Strength card is Leo. The Star card is Leo. So forget about the sign. Think of the energy. And it's this energy of wanting to manifest greater self-expression in this world. So some of you are initiating a brand new beginning. And actually, Scorpio, I didn't think your reading got any better until I clarified it with the Ace of Cups. So in this money and work thing, this new chapter, there might just be some sort of new love waiting for you. If some of you aren't looking for new love, this is a card of, I call it adorable karma, okay? Because in a strange way, most people do not regard good and bad karma. Great things lead to bad things lead to good things. But there's such a thing as adorable karma. And my two cards represent adorable karma is the Ace of Cups and the Sun card. And you've got both of them showing up. So there's something very beautiful coming your way. Now there's no mistakes in this universe. So when we get cards like the Ace of Cups and the Sun showing up, this is seeds of good vibrations that you've put down in the past, because they always bear fruit. It doesn't matter when it bears fruit, and it all depends on your philosophy. If you believe the soul reincarnates again and again, something that you've put down in the past is making its way back to you in the most amazing way. Okay? And it's always to do with love that we've given, generosity we've given, times when we have given love, given support, given aid in any possible way. That's what the Ace of Cups and the Sun card is called adorable karma. And it comes back in the most random ways. And this month seems to be a month of this coming back to you. If you look, the Eye of the Divine is watching you. I actually feel quite emotional around this reading, sorry. I don't really think, it's only a few times when I've seen these two cards showing up together, basically. And they talk about the energy of gifts coming your way. I think it might be a bit unexpected as well. And if it's not about a new relationship, it's about something else, much more to do with your connection with the divine, okay? Six of Wands in the Soul position. Oh my gosh. You've overcame the head and heart going in separate directions. You've gone through the fives, and the fives are always, oh my god, the fives can be that feeling of being grounded, you know, like coffee beans, being all stressed up. But we need to get through the fives, head and heart, the hurts, the damn it's, in order to get to the success, and you are bang on that success, and boy, is the universe going to show you that it's like there's something clapping for you this month. I think you're the only person I've been able... Actually, there's quite a lot of nice vibes around this month. Outcome is a judgment card, to the other side of the death card. This is the now I know why. This is you holding your hands out because of what you've received. And what you've received is a result of some very, very beautiful seeds that you've laid down in the past. Sometimes when I work with people and their life feels really, really stuck, not everyone, I always get them to do the most silly little things, giving bags of clothes to charity shops, giving a couple of pounds to someone in need, a couple of dollars, whatever it is. But you don't do it for a reason. You do it to get your own life. You get it to get the flow of life moving again. You get it to begin to actualize the qualities of your soul powers. And I always see the reaping of the results, the changing in people's. So this is definitely a month of, there's some energy really looking out for you. It's going to come about, most of it, there's some sort of change going on. I cannot help feeling for some of you it's in the money and work sector. I can't help it because two aces showing up. Yeah. For some of you, I don't see anything new in the relationships. So either an existing relationship is going, it's coming into illumination and healing. The Star card and the Six of Swords are the cards. Well, in fact, all the sixes are. So there's something going on here, very, very beautiful. But for some of you, the newness seems to be coming through the money and work. But it might be coming through having to journey away from the known and enter into much more unknown territory, which is always a very, very fearful thing to do. Because it's going into brand new ground. But in time, the brand new ground becomes what we get used to and we find our way. Now the Judgment card, again, you're saying thank you, you're giving blessings for what you've received, and I really want to know what Scorpio's about to receive. Although the relationship readings would make things a bit clear for you. What's Scorpio about to... the world? Oh God. What to say? Tell me more about the world. What's the world about? The Hierophant, okay? So the World card is the last major arcana. The World card is this energy of completion. It's like, if someone's worked for 10 years to get to the Olympic Games and they enter and they win the medal, that's what the World card is about. It doesn't come lightly. It's about personal mastery over going out of your comfort zone and taking some huge risks, huge endurance, huge commitment. And then the World card is the gift. We get that medal. Everything that we've worked, our soul has worked for so long, begins to pay dividends for us. And that's what you're saying thank you for. It will not let me know in what area this is happening. I think it's definitely to do with relationships because of what I picked up in your other reading. But I think it's also because of what I'm picking up in this reading. There's something huge about you standing up tall and moving way, way into unknown territory. And that is what is the breeding ground for things like the Ace of Cups and the Sun, because if we just stay in a fixed box, we can't always reap these beautiful seeds that we once planted. Because sometimes we need to go to the edge, and when we go to the edge is when the universe steps in and helps us. This is exactly what this reading is about. I'm going to ask for one more card if I can get any more clarity. You don't even need any more clarity. You're about to hit Treasure Island, guys. There is something exceptionally beautiful happening to you this month. I think you've got an exceptional reading. I am exceptionally happy for you. But it's going to lie going beyond your comfort zone. And even if you're walking with a bright... The Seven of Cups can be like having a blindfold on. And it's like, oh, I don't know where I'm going. But I'm going. I haven't got any life coat. I haven't got a life jacket. I haven't got security bonds. But I'm going to do this anyhow. And only then can that real reaping of all the beauty we've put out in the world come back to us. It's never a mistake to give support and love, well, apart from ever being abused, Scorpio, because it always finds its way back to us. And this is a month that the good that you put out in the past is coming right to your door. Actually, not to your door. I think some of you are walking through a new journey to meet it. Couldn't be happier for you guys. Love you lots, and thank you for all the support you give me. If you can, check out the Vimeo readings. If not, I do weeklies, remember. So how this is turning up for you will keep showing up in the weeklies. But thank you for all your support. You know who you are. Loads of love. Bye.